ahead and just tell me your name and why people would know you.
Well, I'm Eric Boardman, and people know me because I'm a guy who goes out and does fun things, and I put a spotlight on things that I think are worth doing. Well, I was lucky enough to narrate for the Discovery Channel a series of roller coaster specials, usually appearing very early in the season, like in May or June, hyping all the new coasters. I did that. I also did a show called Roller Coaster Thrills in 3D. Back when 3D was just starting out. So yeah, I'm a roller coaster guy. If you know me, you know I love coasters. Basically, for those first specials, I was the narrator. Now, I would come in, I'd look at the tape, and review them over and over, and I've got the script, and my job was to synchronize with that picture and sell the drama of the ride. Listen to the guys who voice these things. The narrator is selling the drama. Now, you're watching that car, you're watching that train whiz through space. But one of the reasons you're excited is there's music in that production, but it's usually the tenor of the guy's voice telling you very slowly as we're going up the lift hill, oh, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. And whoa! That's what I did on all those specials. My favorite coaster of all time was a ride called the Bobs. The Bobs could be found in Riverview. Riverview was a park in Chicago, right on the lake, 74 acres big. And Riverview at one time was the biggest amusement park in the country. The Bobs was a bobsled. And what had happened is you're on the track, and when you got to the curve, it left the track, went up on the side of the wall, and then came back, hopefully, on the track again. And this happened 4 or 5 times during the ride, and I got to tell you, it was a thrill beyond a thrill. We didn't go upside down, there were no barrel rolls, there were no cannon rolls, there was just good old-fashioned, oh my gosh, what fun. And I would do this at least twice a year in Chicago at Riverview. And then in 1967, they tore Riverview down. And Chicago's never been the same. As you guys know, that amusement parks are great family events, and my father and I would always go to Riverview every year. He would start off with the baseball throw, the dunk tank, and try and knock a few guys in the water. And then he'd say, "You ready for the Bobs?" "Yes, Dad, let's go." And my dad is a big guy. I'm 6'6". My dad was 6'4" and heavier than I was. And we would, as that car would get near the corner, we'd shift our weight, trying to knock that car up as high on the wall as possible. And I know the others on the track, on the train, had to be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Just making it more fun. And my dad would laugh and laugh and laugh. It was the time I saw my dad be the silliest. It's the time I saw my dad wasn't obeying the rules. He became a kid in my eyes. I'm a kid at that point. Well, high school, I guess. But my dad became a little kid. And that's what these parks do, isn't it? If a good roller coaster doesn't knock 30 years off your life and make you... Well, ask those people. They can tell you, they feel like kids right now, screaming, but having a ball. You know, my favorite coaster of all time, I suppose, just in general, is the Wild Mouse. There's something about the Wild Mouse that you're going up the hill, that first curve where you think you're going to go off and fall into the lake or the river or wherever you're, that was such a surprise. That one, I went to a place called Riverview in Des Moines, Iowa. Now, I was in 4th grade, and the Wild Mouse had just debuted, and we went out there, and I figured it's a typical roller coaster. Tick, 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 nothing wrong with that. Oh, we're on a little level spot. And then we keep going before we turn. Oh, that is a memory. And I rode that baby 9 times in a row because my dad's company would buy Riverview in Des Moines, Iowa for an entire day. And we got to ride all the rides. We got to eat all the food. We got to listen to all those wonderful sounds. Oh, one tip. Take this from an experienced roller coaster rider. Do not have 2 hot dogs and 2 grape pops and then ride a coaster. I learned that lesson in 4th grade.
And what color was it?
The coaster or the sidewalk? And of course, my brother found it very amusing and offered me hot dogs and grape pop the rest of the day. Hey, Eric, get out of here. Well, part of the fun of shooting a roller coaster special is you get there early in the morning before the crowd. And we were doing the story on Viper. I got here at 6 a.m. And so the place is deserted, and you and the crew are there, and they've told me nothing about Viper. They just say it's a new one, and we're going to promote it. And we're going to do the beginning of the show on the ride. And they've got a lipstick camera attached in front of me. Lipstick camera is a camera about this big. This is several years ago. The camera we're working on right now is kind of small too. But lipstick camera was attached. So I'm doing the welcome to the show as we're going up the hill. And they've told me I've got 18 seconds to get all the copy. And I've rehearsed the copy. Welcome to Roller Coaster Rides in 3D. We're here at Magic Mountain. This is the Viper. And I've timed this. Tick, 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 tick. We're going up the hill. We're going up the hill. I've got the copy done right. I'm going right to the camera, right down the barrel, as they say. And it's just perfect. And we get up there, and boom, now the ride's going. And it was a pretty good drop those days. Viper's, what, 80 degrees, 85 degrees? And by the way, this is my first drop of that size. I know I'm on camera, and I don't want to appear like a wimp, but an 85-degree drop your first time gets your attention. And my co-hostess is next to me, and you know, she's fearless. She finds it amusing that I'm kind of bothered by it. And we finish the ride. The ride runs with 2.5, 3 minutes, if that. We get back to the station, and here's something. If you're just working in television, here's a tip. The director will always come out and tell you this: that was perfect. And you go, yeah, let's do it again. What? Just for safety. Just for safety. Now, that's one of the great lies of all in show business. That safety is not for safety. You weren't good. It wasn't perfect. They want a better choice. I got it. And we do it again. And my timing is perfect. I get the copy out. Oh, that's good. And the second time I'm on that 85-degree drop, it's just as scary. We get back to the station. What do I hear again? Wonderful, wonderful. But can we do just one more? Okay. I'm having fun, I think. We do it 5 times. And he finally says, I think we got it. And I stagger off because it's 6:30 in the morning. I've not had coffee. I've not had breakfast. I'm a little wobbly. I wasn't ready for that ride. I wasn't ready for it 5 times in a row. And I walk off. My co-hostess is laughing. She wants to run to the next one. And I said, guys, time out. I need a short break. And I went and sat at the curb over there and collected my thoughts. And I guess if I'd eaten something, I would have thrown up. As my co-hostess ran off to the next ride, I sat in the curb and collected my thoughts. I was glad I didn't have breakfast that morning. And someone brought me Gatorade. And by the way, Gatorade helped me calm down. I guess those electrolytes are good for a hot day when you're sweaty, or for restoring your sanity after 5 crazy rides in a row. I rode it 5 times in maybe 15 minutes. Is the human body designed to do that? No. I'm good in a lot of rides that way, but the Viper, let's just say I met my match that day. I enjoyed it, loved doing it, but I don't know if I want to do it again immediately. I think we'll all agree the Aero pushed a lot of boundaries. The challenge is when you design a new ride is your coaster enthusiasts have done them all. And what can you do? What new twist, what new wrinkle can you throw in that will really, really get people excited? And Aero understood that. Aero had the amazing ability, I think, to tap into the mind of the enthusiast and give him something new, give her some new thrill. That takes a lot of imagination, a lot of creativity, and Aero should be saluted for that. The question is, what should you know if you want to get into roller coasters and television? Is flexibility. enthusiasm. I would tell this to anybody who wants to get started in television, is charge in there, know your craft, learn your tools, but do it with great enthusiasm. I don't care where you are, whether it be at an amusement park or on a stage in a studio somewhere. Is the key to success in television is your enthusiasm, your ability to go, yes, I can do that. Now, sometimes you can't, but you'll figure out how to do it. The team I want to work with are people who want to be there, who say, yes, I can do that. Yes, I will. I'll learn how to do that. Let's do it. That's what we're looking for. That's the key to life, is enthusiasm. The guy who says, I don't know, get him off the team. You want everyone on the team to say, yeah, we can do it. And that's the key to good television. So combine that enthusiasm for life with a knowledge of the equipment and some imagination and your ability to work with other people. You know, when you're shooting stuff with civilians, as we call them, non-professionals, is your job is to convince them that you're not going to embarrass them. You know, the number one fear of all people is to be embarrassed. And somebody who's talking on camera is always a little nervous. And if you let them know that they're in your arms and you're protecting them and nothing can go wrong here, and if something does, you'll do it a second time or a third time, you can do wonderful things. You know, the key is you're dealing with professionals, divas like myself on camera, who can never be pleased. Every job requires knowledge of human behavior and some understanding and some flexibility and some enthusiasm, and just treat everyone the way you want to be treated and you'll be okay, you know. But the key thing to television and roller coasters is hire me.
Think about it.
My mother said to say that.
Okay.
Along the way, I met lots of coaster enthusiasts. And I always try to figure out, what do they have in common? Well, you know what it is? It's an obsession. They think, live, and breathe roller coasters. I've got friends who take the entire summer off. One guy's a school teacher. He teaches the 9 months a year so he can spend the 3 months of the year chasing coasters. That obsession, crazy as it may be, is wonderful. Is if you care so much about something that you're willing to reorganize your life, to chase it, to do it, if this is what makes you happy, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's the kind of guy I want to hang out with. I'm obsessed about music. I will sit and talk records for days with anybody. But the coaster enthusiasts will talk coasters 24/7. Model train guys will talk model trains 24/7. You know, I want to talk to you. I like people who have crazy obsessions.